Welcome everybody, welcome back. So today, as the title says it, we're going to be talking about strops, and I want this to be somewhat interactive. I want you to leave your messages, your recommendations. This is not a stropping one-on-one video. There are plenty of videos out there that are great about stropping, and I'm not gonna just repeat same information is out there already. But everybody has a stropping video and I don't. So I figured somebody asked me once to make one like 6 months ago, and I said, there's too many other. But I'm gonna show you how I do it and why I do it, and the strops that I use, and just talk a little bit about how and why, and whatever you guys want to talk about. So let's start. So I use hanging strops, right? I have two here, and we are in my bathroom, and they're both in my bathroom. I use hanging strops, and I strop with my palm. I do hand strop. Okay, so my preferred leather is Latigo, and this one is a good example. It's pretty wide, 3 inches wide, and as you can see, the entire blade fits there. Very easy to strop, and it has a very nice feel to it. And the draw is that resistance that you feel. It is really nice. So first thing I do before I strop is I just take my palm and I just massage the strop, and until my hand gets a little warm. I'm transferring my oils to the strop, right, to maintain it. And this is a two-piece strop. It has the linen on the back. It's really nice. And I usually do 25 and then 25. If it is a razor that I just honed, I will do 25 or 50, and then about 50 or 100 on this one, just to get it really nice and smooth. Another example of a strop that I have is this one. These both strops, I bought them used, and this one is a Japanese strop, old strop. You can see it's all corroded there. Vintage strop, and also has a linen on the back. It doesn't have a handle, which I'm going to talk about how I handle it, how I hold it. And I use this one quite a bit too, especially because it's quieter. Now this one is horsehide, so this one is a lot quieter. I don't know if you can hear that, and it actually is way faster, like way faster. Right? Now the faster you go, the easier you can screw up, right? So, and the last thing, I use my hand. If you watch any of my honing videos, I learned how to use my hand, and I'll talk about that a little bit. So, stropping and shaving for me is like riding a motorcycle. You hear me out. For those that ride bikes, you have to be confident, but you cannot be too overconfident because you will cut yourself. Same with the strop. If you're too overconfident, you will nick it. If you're new, don't buy a really expensive strop right off the bat. You will nick it. Just like on a motorcycle, it doesn't matter how proficient you get. At some point, if you get too overconfident, bad things can happen. Same with this. Same when you're shaving. You know, I've been shaving straight razors for 5 years or more, and I still cut myself once in a while because I'm not paying attention or whatever. So I pick my razor and I grab it like that, 2 fingers, and I put the handle about there, and that helps me go back and forth, right? When I have a handle that is very loose, it kind of makes it a little bit difficult. So the linen is to clean up. See that motion? So I'm going like that. I'm not putting a lot of pressure, and I'm not pulling this so hard where I'm shaking, right? nice and smooth. You always want to have full contact. If you don't have full contact in that motion and you come off like that, you will, especially on a racer like this one, that hollow ground, you can ruin your edge, you can roll it, right? And this is a Henkel's 1072 and a half. So there I do about 20, 25. And I usually strop before and after. So after I shave, I do strop. I only do about 10 and 10. And the reason I do it is to dry, to ensure that that edge is fully dry before I'm gonna store it and oil it, or oil it and store it. So I shaved, I dry it, I clean everything and do my hair, whatever, let it sit there for about 5 minutes, and then I come and strop it, right? So I'm not counting, I'm just showing you the motion. It is okay to for the strap to bow a little bit. That's good. You don't have to have it super tensed out, right? Then you go to the leather side. This strap, I bought it used. Pretty good deal I got out of it. It has some nicks already, and that's why I got it in a good deal. I don't mind. It doesn't affect, and that's how I do it, right? So, tip: be confident. Goes with the stroke, right? When you come here, flip it slowly. When you're starting, just go slow, confident. Do not hesitate. If you hesitate and you shuttle like that, you're gonna cut it, all right? So confident, not overconfident, nice and smooth, nice and smooth. All right, show you the other one. So in this case, when you have no ring, it makes it a little harder to control. What I do is I grab like this, but I want that linen in the back, so I grab it like so. Why? Because I want the linen helps me keep it straight. If I let the linen dangle there, it kind of puts an awkward pressure. So hear this one out. Now this one is a not as wide as you can see, but it's still good enough. If you have a narrow strap, then you have to do X patterns about there. Just make sure that when you are coming to an end about there and you're about to go that way, that you lift it. All right, lift, 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 right? And I have the spine of the razor always touching. Some people do that. That's fine. Try to avoid that, because you can create problems. Just slapping like that, you can create lines and cuts, right? So this one's a much faster one, as you can see. But if you're starting, you want to go smooth, nice and smooth always, until you get the hang of it, right? That's about it on the hanging straps. I do not use paddle straps because I found that those work really good for me, and I don't need another strap. So now, hand stropping. Hand stropping, I learned how to hand strap watching Maestro Levi or Levy. The reason I do is when I'm traveling, I don't like to take my straps. So when I'm traveling, I actually use my jeans as the linen portion, lay them flat and go at it. And then I use my hand for the leather, okay? So if you are hand stropping, please be very careful. Do not try this with a brand or freshly honed razor. I recommend you try one with a super dull razor. So you want to go down and you want to come up. A lot of people just use the palm, which I do most of the time. You can use all the way to your fingers. Okay? It creates the same effect. All right. Now, some people give strops ratings, like great grit ratings. I do not know if there's a grit rating. The draw, I don't think, and correct me if I'm wrong, please, that equates to a higher grit. All right. This is leather on a microscopic edge. Okay. It does have an effect. It's proven. If not, if you don't think it does, just hone a razor, don't strop it, and go straight to your face. It does have an effect. So again, you come down, you come up, same motion, nice and smooth. Some people use this midi part here. You can. But this is perfect when you're on the road. And I learned how to use that a lot too. I'm shaving and it starts pulling a little bit. You can just do a couple of hand strops, clean it up, and go again. And that brings me to the last thing I wanted to talk about. And it was paste. So a lot of people put paste, like chromium oxide or whatever, or diamond paste on the back of their strops, right? And that's fine. I used to have paste on the back of one of my strops. It was actually the inside. And it was because I only had like 2 razors. So if I was shaving and it started tugging, I would go really quick to the crocks or the diamond paste, give 10 passes, strop it again in the leather, and keep shaving. I don't have that problem now, right? If one razor starts pulling, I just grab another one and keep going. So I'm not against paste. It's not my favorite. I don't like how it feels on the face. It turns out a little aggressive for my taste. But a lot of people swear by them, and they've been using them for years. So that's all I got. Everybody, please leave your comments. Any tips you got for anybody out there concerning strops. There are some hardcore people that collect strops that cost, you know, hundreds of dollars. I think a nice Latigo or English brittle is enough. Some people like kangaroo or horsehide. The only reason I got this horsehide is because I got it in a very good sale. Especially in this one too. So just maintain them. Make sure that you're keeping them nice and malleable and that they're not cracking. And that's it, guys. Thank you for watching.